Her roommate used her pictures to catfish strangers, but the truth was even worse. From rock bottom. This is a true story. The names and some events have been changed to protect the identity of those involved. You are listening to From Rock Bottom. Subscribe to the channel and keep respect in the comments. Do you have an inspiring story of overcoming challenges? Send it to us by email.
So, imagine living with someone for over a year, sharing your food, your Wi-Fi, your deepest secrets, and then finding out they've been catfishing random men online using your face. And babe, that wasn't even the worst part. Want to know what they did next? Buckle up. Okay, story time, grab a snack, because this one's got layers. So I had just moved to the city, new job, new apartment hunt, new everything. You know that mix of excitement and absolute panic? Yeah, that was me. Rent prices were insane and I didn't know a soul, so I started scrolling through roommate listings online like it was Tinder for survival. That's when I found Chloe. Let's call her Chloe. Her post said something like, looking for a clean, respectful roommate to share a 2BR downtown, LGBTQ plus friendly, into books, cooking, quiet nights in. Bonus if you love dogs. And I was like, bet. She sounded chill. The rent was doable. The pics showed a cute, sunlit apartment with a tiny balcony and a bookshelf full of Colleen Hoover. So yeah, I messaged her. We met up for coffee a few days later and... Okay, listen. First impressions? Solid. Chloe was soft-spoken, kind of artsy, wore oversized sweaters and glasses that didn't even look prescribed. Gave big bookstore girl who owns a journaling account on TikTok energy. She seemed sweet, a little awkward maybe, but in a harmless, quirky way. We clicked over iced lattes and trauma dumps as women do. She said she'd just gone through a rough breakup. I told her I'd just moved for work and didn't want to live alone in case I accidentally set my kitchen on fire. Valid concern. I've done it before. Don't ask. Anyway, I moved in that weekend. And honestly, at first, it was great. Chloe was neat, quiet, and super considerate. Like, she'd leave little sticky notes if she finished the almond milk. She'd send me TikToks of golden retrievers doing dumb things and laugh at my terrible Hinge dates. We had our little routines, Tuesday night wine and trashy reality shows, Saturday Target runs, random gossip sessions at 2 a.m. She worked from home doing some sort of freelance design gig. I didn't ask too many questions, because girl math says if they pay rent on time and don't steal your food, they're golden. And Chloe was golden, at least so I thought. She was the kind of roommate you low-key felt lucky to have. She'd offer to feed my cat if I was out late. She'd make soup when I was sick. One time I mentioned offhand that my ex used to love this one old movie, and 2 days later she casually brought it up like, we should totally watch that this weekend. Isn't it the one your ex was obsessed with? It felt so thoughtful at the time. Spoiler alert, run. But I'm getting ahead of myself, because for real, in the beginning, I genuinely thought I'd hit the roommate jackpot, and she never crossed any boundaries, never made me feel unsafe or weird. If anything, she felt like that friend you meet later in life and go, how did we not meet sooner? The girl even baked banana bread from scratch, like a serial killer, but in the adorable way. We even started sharing clothes sometimes. I'd let her borrow my jackets, my tops, even some makeup when she had a Bumble date. She'd say things like, "You're so photogenic. I wish I looked like you." And I'd be like, "Girl, stop. You're literally gorgeous." Again, run. Anyway, that's how it started. 2 girls, 1 apartment, lots of oat milk lattes, and cozy vibes. Little did I know. While I was out living my life going to work, dating, posting selfies like a normal human, Chloe was out here, building an entire fake persona online, using my face. But that's for the next part. Worry. Okay, so remember how I said Chloe was chill? Yeah, well, that didn't age well. Looking back now, the signs were literally screaming in my face like a parade of red flags. And babe, I just waved back. So listen, Chloe was always super private about her job. Like, if I asked what she was working on, she'd say things like, "Oh, just a client branding project," or "just editing some files for a deadline." But she'd never say who the client was or what the project actually was. And I'm sorry, but girl, what are you editing for 12 hours a day with your door locked? She had all the gadgets too. MacBook Pro iPad with a keyboard case, a phone that she never left unattended, ever. If she got up to go to the bathroom, the phone went with her. Shower, phone on the counter. She even had this fingerprint lock app for her gallery. Yeah, I saw it once when she was scrolling. I mean, I didn't think too hard about it at the time. I figured she was just paranoid like any millennial woman with commitment issues and a strong password game. But combined with something else, it was giving secrecy. Because here's the thing. Chloe never dated. Never. Not once in all the time we lived together did she go out on a date, or hook up, or even text flirtatiously with someone that I saw. And Chloe was stunning. Effortlessly beautiful. Soft features, clear skin. That aesthetic, mysterious girl at the library who writes poetry you can't read look. Men would stare at her in cafes. Women too, honestly. I wasn't even mad she was that kind of pretty. So yeah, it was strange. When I asked her if she was seeing anyone, she'd just laugh and say, "Oh God, no, I'm too busy for that nonsense." I mean mood, but forever. She never even talked about a crush. So I figured, okay, maybe she was just career-focused, saving money, working towards something. And let's be real, Chloe did seem comfortable financially. Not rich, but she wasn't stressed. She had Uber Eats money. She had, oops, I impulse bought another houseplant money. She had Apple Care for all her devices. Not that I was snooping, but you know when someone's just put together? That was Chloe. She always looked soft and clean and expensive. And I just chalked it up to, oh, she's one of those quiet, low-key, successful girl boss freelancers with a secret Pinterest empire or something. But then came the weird little coincidences. One day, I walked into the living room while she was working, and I swear I saw a picture of me on her screen. It disappeared the second I got close. I laughed and said, "Yo, is that my face? You photoshopping me into something?" She smiled so fast and said, "Oh my God, no, it was just this old photo from Instagram. I thought your lighting was really good, and I wanted to use it as pose inspiration for this sketch I'm working on." Okay, weird, but artsy girl things, right? Right? Spoiler, wrong. But I didn't push. I just let it go. Because Chloe was nice. She brought me coffee. She helped me fix my closet door that one time it unhinged. She'd compliment my outfits when I felt bloated. She remembered my birthday and bought me the fancy Trader Joe's candles. It didn't feel like something was wrong. But still, there was this vibe. She was always watching, always listening, always 2 steps ahead. Okay, so you know how curiosity starts off real casual? That's weird. And next thing you know, you're creating a full FBI profile in your head? Yeah, that was me. At first I was like, whatever, Chloe's just private, no big deal. But then it got too weird to ignore. She was always on her phone. And not in a doom-scrolling Instagram kind of way. It was giving secret lover energy. She'd be giggling at her screen, typing fast, going ghost if I walked into the room. But if I tried to playfully ask, "Ooh, who you texting?" she'd just go, just a client, so annoying. And I'm sorry no client is making you blush like that. Unless you're working for Channing Tatum himself, that was not business. And let's be real, every close friend I've ever had has shown me something. Screenshots of a guy being a walking red flag, a thirst trap someone sent, something. But Chloe? Nothing. Not a single shared meme, not even a vague mention of a crush. That's when I became what I like to call a concerned citizen of the household, aka full-time gossiping investigator with no badge and too much time. So what did I do? Every time she was on her phone and I walked by, I'd do a little casual over-the-shoulder glance. "Oh, sorry, I just happened to walk past exactly when you were typing. Oops, Yes, I know I'm going to gossip girl hell. And then it happened. One night I walked past and barely caught a glimpse of her phone. She was messaging someone on Instagram, and the guy replied, "Haha, okay, Kate." And my brain went, "Kate? Who's Kate?" Because, sweetie, my name is not Kate and neither is hers. And it wasn't like he misspelled it either. The message was clear. See, haha, okay, Kate, with a little flirty energy and zero hesitation. Like, no, babe, that wasn't a typo. That was a full-on fake name. And she didn't even correct him. She just kept texting like it was normal. And I'm standing there like, excuse me? You're letting this man call you Kate when your Instagram bio literally has your name written out in Times New Roman bold? What kind of roleplay fantasy are we living in? I'd like to say I let it go, but a girl, that was the moment. The moment where I knew something deeply weird was happening. Because one mistake? Fine. But to keep the convo going, like nothing happened? No, absolutely not. That's not shy girl behavior. That's undercover double life behavior. And suddenly all those little things started making sense. The secrecy, the screen hiding, the zero dating life, the mystery job. It was all adding up and the math was mathing in a very catfishy way. Okay, so up until now everything was just off. Weird. Suspicious. But nothing confirmed, right? That is until the Starbucks incident. So one random afternoon, we're walking back from Target, sipping our iced lattes like two basic queens, when Chloe suddenly goes, wait, hold your cup like this. And she kinda giggles, positioning my hand to make it look candid. She snaps a quick photo and I'm like, okay, that's random, but fine, I do look cute. Then, a few days later, we order food at home. It was me, her, and her alleged cousin who came over random dude, didn't talk much. We order one big platter for 3, and she's like, wait, do the number 3 with your fingers, like a pose. She laughs like it's an inside joke, pulls out her phone, snap. I literally didn't even question it. I mean, she was my roommate, my friend, we were making memories, right? Cute aesthetic shots, fun little roommate vibes, or so I thought. But babe, then came the shivers. Because one night, my nosy little over-the-shoulder glances paid off big time. I walked past her while she was scrolling on Instagram, and I saw my face, clear as day, in one of those Starbucks pics. My first thought was, OMG, she's finally posting me. That's cute, maybe she'll tag me and we'll laugh together. So I sit back on the couch and open Instagram, literally ready to repost and be like, Rumi caught me candid, but when I open her profile, nothing. Nada. Zero. That post? Nowhere to be found. I refresh, check again. Still nothing. Her latest post was from like a month ago, some random flat lay of a book and coffee. And that's when I got the worst chills down my spine. Because I saw her post the picture. I saw the caption. I saw my hand holding that Starbucks cup like I was a Pinterest model. But I couldn't find it anywhere. Not on her profile, not in her stories, not even on her backup spam account. That's when I knew. Something wasn't right. And suddenly, those random little pics she kept taking of me, the one with my nails, the one with my morning coffee glow, the one where I looked weirdly mysterious with my hoodie up at sunset, they all started connecting like a puzzle from hell. But babe, it gets worse. Because I went deep that night, I did the unthinkable. So picture this. We're sitting in the living room. She's doing her usual thing, all mysterious, glued to her devices like she's on an FBI mission or something. And then she gets up to take a shower, leaves her iPad on the couch, unlocked, just sitting there, glowing like a portal to secrets. And babe, my curiosity exploded. I swear I wasn't planning anything evil, but it was like the iPad was calling me. I picked it up and was like, whatever. I'll just say I wanted to cue a song on her Spotify if she asks. But did I open Spotify? LOL. Absolutely not. I went straight to Instagram because I needed answers. I searched her account, the one she shows publicly. Nothing weird there. No Kate, no stolen Starbucks pics, no shady activity. But then I paused. Wait, what if she has another account? So I tapped on her profile pic, and you know how Insta lets you switch between accounts? Yeah? There it was. At Kate, the .muse. The display picture? It was me. Full glam, my lashes, my nails, my damn Starbucks cup. I was Kate. I almost dropped the iPad. And then, like the psycho detective I had now fully become, I opened the DMs. Girl? Girl. It was a circus. Hundreds of messages. Men simping for Kate, calling her gorgeous, baby goddess wifey, sending hearts, begging for replies. Some sending pictures I cannot unsee. And the worst part? Money. I found PayPal receipts, literal transactions. $30, $50, $500 from some lonely retiree in Texas. Like, excuse me? That's when I started shaking. Like, full body tremble. My face went pale, my stomach flipped. It was like I'd stepped into an episode of Catfish Meets Criminal Minds. And babe, she wasn't just using my pics, she was using my life. Posting captions like, just got off work at the clinic. I'm so tired. I don't even work at a clinic. I couldn't breathe. My ears were ringing. I slammed the iPad shut like it was cursed. I went to my room, locked the door, laid in the dark, staring at the ceiling like, am I being used as a brand now? That night, I didn't say a single word. I needed to think. I needed proof. So I did what any girl in 2025 would do. I took notes, screenshots, evidence. I remembered the @Kate, the .muse handle. So from my own phone, I searched and found the account. It was set to public. It was all me. I started snapping photos of the profile from her iPad, the messages, the payment logs, everything. Because what she was doing was illegal. Straight up identity theft. And this time, babe, I wasn't going to let it slide. So the next morning, I'm in full revenge energy mode. I rehearse my speech. I make sure the screenshots are backed up in like 5 clouds. I'm not about to be gaslit out of reality, you feel me? She comes into the kitchen all casual like nothing's wrong, hair in a messy bun, sipping her overpriced matcha like she didn't just sell my entire identity for tip money. And I go, hey Chloe, can we talk? And she's like, yeah, what's up, babe? Woo, I snapped. I put the phone on the counter wide open with the @Kate, the .muse profile. Boom! Face to face with her digital crime scene. Her face? White. Like, every ounce of blood just left the chat. She stutters, laughs nervously, goes, I can explain. I cut her off. And no. You don't get to explain. You used my face, my life, my body, to scam sad men online for money. That's literal fraud. Identity theft, Chloe. And babe, she crumbled, hands shaking, tears forming, like she's the victim. Then she hits me with it. Girl, I didn't mean to hurt you. I swear. I was just trying to survive. And you're so pretty, and men are so dumb, and it was just easy. Easy? You know what she says next? Hold on to your edges. Look, I'll delete the account. I'll even give you 10 grand. Just don't report me, please. $10,000. In cash. Tax-free, shut up and walk away money. And babe, for a moment, I won't lie, I considered it. I mean, it was tempting. No police, no drama, new couch, spa day, pay off my credit card. I literally saw the vision in 4K. But then I looked at her. Really looked. This girl had been my friend. We lived together, ate together. She saw me cry over my ex, saw me get ready for job interviews, shared my life. And the whole time she was selling my identity online. I felt sick and scared because if she did it once, what's to say she wouldn't do it again with some other girl? Or even with me again under a different name? So I took a deep breath. And I said, I'm not taking your dirty money. And I'm not pressing charges, but I am reporting this. You're going to pay for my move. First month deposit, and then we're done. I never want to see you again. She was speechless, just nodded. Honestly, she looked relieved I didn't drag her to jail right there. She paid for my move, Venmo'd me the exact amount, even helped me carry boxes. Silent, humble, nervous. We never spoke again. I moved out that weekend. Blocked her on everything. Didn't tell anyone the full story. Didn't need to. But sometimes, late at night, I wonder, is she doing it again? With someone else's face? Some other innocent roommate with a Starbucks cup and a kind smile? I'll never know. But what I do know, I learned the hard way. Not everyone who shares your space deserves your trust. Identity is sacred. And sometimes, mercy is the real revenge.